in churches across America are these moms who are living in this world. This world, America, they are living in this world all across America, and we give them cars, we give them flowers and various gifts on this day.
Yes.
But what do most mothers really need?
Listen.
Tell.
We give them cars and pretty dresses and beautiful perfume and candy. But what do mothers really need? I'll tell you, because I'm a mother, we need forgiveness. We need forgiveness for all the times we wasn't able to meet the idealistic expectation.
Yes. All right.
Forgiveness for all the mistakes we have made in our lives.
All right.
Yes.
Forgiveness for the sins we have committed against God.
Well.
Because I went always up here.
All right now. All right.
And things could have maybe turned out different for some of the children if I was where I am today. But I wasn't.
That's right, lady.
So I need forgiveness.
All right.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I wanted overtime, but instead of coming to your drama play that you was in, I was on the job working when I should have been there.
Forgiveness.
I need forgiveness.
Yeah, Lord.
I was trying to make things so tough and keep you in line. I didn't leave the door open enough to know that you can come and talk to me when you had a problem. And you were so scared to come and talk to me. You made some bad decisions on your own, and I should have opened that door so you can come and talk to me, no matter how bad it was that you can come and talk to me. But
Fix it.
I need some forgiveness.
Yeah, Lord. Yeah.
We need some forgiveness. And we mothers need grace.
Yes.
Grace to understand that no one is perfect in a real world.
No one.
No one is perfect in a real world. To accept that whatever we have done, it's done.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. You can't go back.
Right.
You can't go back. We must go forward. We must go forward.
Yeah.
Grace to understand that you are not alone.
Uh-huh.
You're not alone, mother.
Not alone.
You wouldn't believe how many mothers are in the same boat you are. Maybe had an abortion, maybe gave them up for adoption,
Yeah.
maybe left them with the father and you should have took them with you,
Yeah.
maybe did this, maybe. You're not alone.
That's right.
You're not alone. Many others are in the same position this morning.
Amen.
We need grace.
I need grace. Thank you for grace.
And you know we need mercy.
My God.
We need mercy to deal with the broken hearts in the broken homes. To deal with the wayward child. Because I had a struggle when God called me to the gospel. Because the devil used it to whoop me bad. How you going to preach the gospel and your child in prison, out of prison? In prison, out of prison. In prison. What you going to say to the people? You can't even keep him straight. I need mercy.
Mercy.
To deal with all the heartaches of decades of mothering. Trying to balance it out. Got to work. Want to be there, but got to work. If it don't work, can't pay the bills. Then you missing me from the football game and got to do this and got to. We need mercy. No, I'm not excusing inappropriate behavior. I'm saying there is a God to help us, mothers. There is a God to help us, regardless of our situations. this morning, you need a God of reality
All right.
who sees you right where you're at.
Yeah.
You need that God who sees you right where you are. Now that we know God has extended his forgiveness, his grace and mercy toward us, let us be a team player with our souls and receive it.
That's right. That's right.
And receive the transformation and deliverance the Lord has provided for us. Okay, you didn't do it. Okay, you wasn't there. Okay, you didn't have it. Okay, you couldn't produce it.
That's right.
God said, I got forgiveness.
All right. Now, come on.
I got grace and I got mercy and I'm extending it to you. Let it go and move forward and be the best that you can be now.
Yes.
Take the transformation and deliverance from the Lord that he has provided for you. I would like to introduce you to a young woman named Eunice.
All right.
And we just read about her. She was raised in a religious home when you study the story. And she was greatly impacted by her mother, Lois.
That's right. That's right.
She loved to learn the stories from the Bible, Evangelist Green. She loved to learn from the stories. And when she was young and enjoyed going to service where she could learn about God, she loved it that. And as she approached her teenage years,
Well,
she was still focused on spiritual matters, but she became attracted
all right. All right.
to a young man
Yeah.
My God.
who was not into religion at all.
All right. Now, come to it.
Come on now. Jesus, man.
Against the best wishes of her godly mother,
Well,
the teaching of faith and the tug of her conscience, she still married the man.
listen now.
And don't get me wrong, he was a nice guy, but thought spiritual matters were for the weak. You know how, oh, he's a nice guy, but ain't trying to serve no God.
All right.
Ain't trying to believe in no God. And don't want you to believe in none.
Come now.
But he's a nice guy. And against her mother's godly advice, and she had a tug on her conscience, she still suppressed it and moved on the flesh and married this man. And after a couple years of marriage, Eunice and her husband had a baby boy that they named Timothy. That's what this book is about. And in the meantime, Eunice's dad had died, so they asked her mother Lois to come and live with them. And little Timmy was a delight to everyone.
All right.
Both his mother and grandmother spent hours with him, teaching him the stories of the Old Testament, teaching him,
Teaching him.
praying with him,
Yeah.
and praying for him,
Yes.
and training him in the things of God.
Yes.
And while they didn't have any videos then, and they didn't have no cable TV nearby, they created a spiritual environment
Yeah. Yeah, Lord.
where Tiny Tim could flourish in the things of God. And these women focused on teaching Timothy all about who Jesus was.
Yeah, Lord.
We know from reading the book of Acts that Paul himself took a personal interest in Timothy,
Yes, it is.
the teenager, and he's partnering with his mother and grandmother, led Timothy to saving faith.
All right now. All right.
And later, Paul and Timothy partnered together in ministry as the gospel continues to spread throughout the area. Many years later, while Paul is in prison awaiting his execution, he writes 2 letters
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
to young Timothy. That's 1 Timothy and 2 Timothy.
Yes.
And these letters contain some teaching about how Timothy should behave as a church leader.
That's right.